Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. Danielle here from Learn Reiki Philadelphia. Thank you so much for being here today. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with all of you. We're going to get things started by building a beautiful crystal grid to all of your requests and then dropping into some beautiful Reiki healing. But before we get into that, if you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and make any request for your personal healing. I would love to hear it so that we can go ahead and represent you in the grid. And for anyone who may be watching this as a pre-recorded video, if you want to skip ahead to just the healing portion, start looking at about the 1 hour 15 minute mark, or where you see the lights begin to shift and you can begin your journey there. For those of you who are returning, thank you for stopping by again. Your support means everything to me, so it's wonderful to see you here again. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my crystal collection, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description below, along with all of my social media and a link to my email newsletter. So we'll just go ahead and dive in and start building that beautiful crystal grid. Awesome, so here we go. We've got our usual copper spiral. Copper helps to break up energy blockages and get the optimal energy flowing. And let's go ahead and say our hellos. So many of you already in chat. It's so good to see you all. We've got Patty and Orky. We've got Vic, good to see you. JS, lots of love. Chris, Jenny. Let's see. Violet integration. And Jennifer Vatsa. Grace, I hope you're doing well. Lots of love to you. I'm good. Thank you for asking. And Stella, I hope you're doing well. Awesome. Okay, great stuff. So let's go ahead and start diving in. Intentions, wisdom, and intuition to make decisions aligned with your highest good. Any stone that helps with transitioning from one phase to the next. Big picture, but also during a busy day. And JS, I think you put in some other things down below, so let me check that too. Stone to help a friend who's grieving, absolutely. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and see transitioning from one phase to the next, big picture, but also during a busy day. Intuition to make decisions with your highest good. We've got some good ones for that. Chrysocolla, which I think we've worked with that for you before. And for big transitions. Let's go ahead and start things off with Chrysocolla. This one is excellent for making decisions that are in alignment with your greatest, highest good. It's also helpful for encouraging you on your soul's path. Additionally, this one can be really helpful when it comes to creativity. If you want to connect to new ways of being creative, which can ultimately help you in a way like brainstorm or even channel ideas, thoughts, concepts that might help that overall, where am I going? What am I doing? Tapping into intuition. I find creativity is very helpful for connecting with intuition. So that's Chrysocolla. Chrysocolla is usually mined very close to copper and malachite. So that's what gives it that kind of patina color. For strength, balance, and kind of big picture stuff, let's do some Tiger Eye. This is one that can help with that, looking at every facet and kind of coming to some really good logical conclusions. It can help with It can help with research and study as well, in the same way that you see the bigger picture and how everything relates to the other piece. It's also wonderful for things like entrepreneurship. Like if someone told me, hey, I'm working on a business plan, I would suggest this kind of a stone. It's also wonderful for courage, like really bolstering courage, which sometimes you need when you're transitioning things. So we'll bring that in. Also helps ward off things like envy and jealousy. But yeah, it's a very like strength and courage. It's very strong with the solar plexus, but also very grounding. So let's see. There we go. Next, we'll bring in Picture Jasper, which can also help with those themes. And I know that like big transitions, where do I go next? What do I do next? What do I let go of? Astrologically, this has been a huge month for it, and it came up in all of the Tarot for All 12 signs that I put out for this month too. So I'm going to bring out the Picture Jasper as well. This helps envisioning our future potential and almost in a way like brainstorming the most positive version of what's possible. It helps with seeing the big picture in a very different way than Tiger Eye. Tiger Eye is very grounding, very empowering. This is more like, okay, get out of your own way. What can you possibly do? Like best, highest good kind of things. Also helps with hidden fears, removing hidden fears that might be holding you back that you don't even know are there, as well as things like big moves abroad, getting along with new cultures, getting along with new ways of doing things, getting along in places where you might not speak the language or it might not be your native language. So we'll bring that in. And for grief, we'll bring in Jet. Jet is fossilized wood, fossilized usually through, always through incredibly intense heat, usually a volcano. Sometimes a forest fire can get hot enough for this. This is for not only the grief in general, where it helps us to be present with that grief and process it very authentically without numbing out to it and without kind of spiritual bypassing, also without getting stuck in it. This helps with even being in a situation where someone or even an animal companion is close to passing, like a hospice type situation. And it's also wonderful for protection in like paranormally haunted type situations too. So that is Jet. So all the love to you, all the best. I hope everything works out well. And Christina, good to see you. Yep. Grace is like, Danielle, move back to South Philly, please. Funny that I'm actually working on trying to see 2 properties in South Philly. I actually am going to see a property tomorrow morning that's in my current neighborhood in West. So everybody's saying good energy towards me landing in the right place. Good fit for me and the cats that will be happy and safe and just all good. And I'm finally getting some answers on things, finally getting some nibbles and responses. So, but I may end up back in South Philly, and I am very open to that. I would be absolutely fine with that. So I will keep everyone posted. Yeah, so that's the update on the apartment search. And let's see what else we have here. And thank you for asking. And we've got... Patty, your request is aligned with JS's and should help with those looking to move. Stones to bring fruition, manifestation, and bring in every force to assist, guide, promote, and unblock. I love it. To quicken and ease, making the transition seamless, like sliding, gliding into home base. Oh, it's you and Key both. Hi, Key. And Jennifer Vatsa, believing in yourself, having faith in yourself and your abilities, and housing manifestation mojo, because you will have a yay nay decision tomorrow. Definitely send me an answer either way. I'm always here. I can always send you a little bit of Reiki either way. So all the best to you. I'm pulling for you. So let's see. Let's bring in some Herkimer in alignment with what Patty mentioned. Herkimer is one of my favorite manifestation stones because it really helps with not just, okay, this is what I want, it also helps with being in the present moment, which is very grounding. When you're thinking about your next steps and where you're going, it also helps to be grounded in the present and what is. And so that you're not just jumping from one thing to the next. It helps too with intuition in a big way. It's balancing of all kinds of energy as well. And, when there's big transitions afoot, that's helpful. Helps with relaxation, balancing metabolism, and like I said, intuition in general. So we'll bring in Herkimer diamond, which is a type of clear quartz that has formed under the Earth's surface in Herkimer, New York. And let's see. Let's see what else we have here. Let's bring in some red jasper for sure. Red jasper is incredibly grounding, and anytime that there's big moves, a lot in the air, and you're kind of like, I don't know, go, stay, zigzag, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. Red jasper can really help ground in the root chakra, which is your basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight. Very empowering. It helps you to stand up for yourself. It helps you to feel like you can articulate your needs and move towards them. It's wonderful for psychic spiritual protection too, and for things like depression and emotional support for things that have been going on a really long time. That very much includes like long-term illnesses, long recovery from injuries or surgeries and things like that too. Very, very grounding and supportive. So if you feel like you just feel uprooted and like you can't put your feet down beneath you, that's a really good stone to work with. Let's see. And let's also bring in some celestite and chevron amethyst. Celestite is one that I do also use for pain because it helps with focusing. It basically brings us more into our alignment with our spiritual body, which helps us to just have a different relationship to the pain, the physical pain we might be experiencing. But this is a highly angelic stone, very high vibration, helps you to connect with not only your angels, but your spirit guide and your higher wisdom. It's one that, and this is why I really think it's helpful, it's great for discernment. When we are in the middle of all these different possibilities and what's going on and I don't quite know what to do, this is a stone that can help you with evaluating what are those cues you're feeling. If you feel like an aversion, is it fear? Is it intuitive guidance? Is it triggering something old that you're not aware of? Or is this like is there a fear or something underneath it? Or is it really like intuitive guidance that like this isn't the thing? Oh, and we have a kitty. So this can really help when you're feeling like you don't know where to go or how to make decisions. This can really help you to better evaluate that. I think I hear a Hattie. Do you want to come up and say hi, Hattie? Oh, did I scare you? I didn't mean to do a scare though. Oh, that baby. Yeah. How are you? Yeah, how are you today? You want to hang out on my lap? Cool, you can stay. And chevron amethyst helps with intuition in general. Oh, maybe not. This definitely helps with sending up our requests and hearing the response. It's also wonderful for tolerance of others and channeling spiritual work and any kind of visionary work. So if anyone's doing any kind of magical work or energy work around calling upon what they want or need, this can be really helpful. So we'll bring in the chevron amethyst. So thank you all. I think that can be really helpful for all of us that are like at the crossroads of things, which is definitely a theme for a lot of people. And thank you for bringing that. Yeah, all of these assist, promote, and unblock. Absolutely. What? You want to come up again? You don't know what you want? Hey, Kanta. Good to see you. Steph, welcome in. Manifesting justice. We can help with that. Let's see. Okay, good stuff. Oh, you're going to have a YouTube channel too? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yay. Let me know about it. Let all of us know about it. You can go ahead and plug it in here. Hey, you coming up or not? Okay, that's a yes. Oh, that's a yes. Oh, do you have purrs? Yes, you have the purrs. Oh, you have the purrs. Okay. Let's see. And we have intentions for Jennifer. You'd like some stones for pain, inflammation, fluid retention, autoimmune, nerve, muscle, joint ones that I'm willing to fit into the grid. Ooh, definitely. Are you giving some love to the microphone for everybody? Okay, cool. Yeah, good girl. Okay, good stuff. So let's do... Oh, Grace, you have a job interview. Oh, absolutely. We can support that. All the best to you. Ooh, I hope you get it. I hope it's the right spot. If it's the right job for you, I hope you get it. Let's bring in... Excuse me. I'm going to bring in for Grace. Oh, hang on one moment. There we go. So I'm a little closer to the mic. For Grace, for your job interview, I'm going to bring in Sunstone. This helps to visualize our highest potential, and it also helps you to shine and be recognized for who you are. This is wonderful for recognition and good luck as well. Helps with career opportunities in a big way, as well as like marketing yourself, like putting yourself out there. And that's wonderful for things like job interviews or self-promotion if you own a business, anything like that. Or even if you're looking for a promotion at the job that you're in. This is also a wonderful stone for protecting against like financial exploitation too. Hey, you. Oh, the purring. So that will help, and we'll bring in some lapis. This helps with pain and inflammation, and it also helps with career opportunities. Oh, I'm getting kitten kisses. That's very nice of you. Yes, it is. Okay. So lapis, like I said, pain and inflammation as well as career opportunities, but also integrity, the follow through on promises, doing what you say, saying what you do, honest and open communication as well. So that can definitely help. Also with personal responsibility. So we'll bring that in. So that'll help with both of you. Good luck, Grace. Good luck, Grace. I also wanted to bring in for pain and inflammation, bring in some malachite. This helps with, this can also help with like the liver, pancreas, spleen, kitty tails. It's wonderful for arthritis and inflammation specifically, as well as on an emotional level, letting go of the past. It helps us to process really painful emotions in the heart center and move through them. It's wonderful for letting go of the pain attached with those things while we process it. It's helpful for things like depression and anxiety and even phobias. So we'll bring that in. So that's malachite. And I'll get to the rest of your request to Patty. I will definitely fold those in. Fluid retention, autoimmune, nerve, muscle, joints. Absolutely. And congratulations on having an interview, Grace. And for Jennifer Vatsa, honey calcite, blue lace agate, ruby. Okay. Honey calcite can be very helpful in any kind of time of transition, because it helps to call upon people that are a good balance and a good fit for you, whether it's colleagues, friends, neighbors. This is also optimism in times that are really challenging potentially too, and helps with supporting postmenopausal women, which is me. So we'll bring that in. But yeah, lots of optimism in times that can be challenging, and transitions are challenging, so let's call in those good people. Blue lace agate helps with everything with the throat chakra, from everything from a sore throat to speaking your truth in a way, like getting those really delicate things out, like being able to say the things that are challenging and sensitive to speak. And also if you want to adjust how you're saying something so it can be received as gently as possible, blue lace agate is helpful. This is also great for arthritis as well as fractures. So we'll bring that in. And ruby helps with courage to be yourself, as well as things like leadership qualities, managerial qualities. Thought to be helpful for things like fibromyalgia. Also great for love as well as fertility. So this is beautiful raw ruby. Such a beautiful stone. So we will bring that in. Pretty. Okay. And emerald and sapphire. Emerald helps with reigniting our passions in life. Helps with upper respiratory, everything, breathing, lungs, things like asthma, which I'm definitely struggling with a little bit. Helps with restoring confidence in our appearance, and also really helpful for healing skin and tissue. So I'll bring this in. If you have whether it's a rash, a surgery, an injury, this is a good one. I've even worked with emerald right after a minor burn or something too. Of course, not the only thing I used. And sapphire is another one that can help also with that connection to spirit. This is a really potent stone, and yes, this is raw sapphire. It's a really potent stone of connection to the divine, of channeling, of mediumship, of hearing spirit and feeling connected to spirit. Very connected with the angelic realm too. If you're someone who does any channel mediumship, this will help you to best translate your experiences for the individual you're getting those answers for as well. Also helps with speedy justice, so definitely helps with the justice request, as well as the thyroid, the eyes and the ears. And it's often linked and thought of as being very helpful for those with dementia as well as those caring for them. So that is sapphire. Good to see you. Definitely keep me posted. Sleep and energy. Let's do some, this helps with manifestation. Let's bring in Bumblebee Jasper. It's also wonderful for energy and mental focus and clarity. So this can definitely help with all those decision-making things. So decision-making, this is very helpful for. So it sounds like that'll be the case for a lot of us. This is also wonderful for like really sparking manifestation and empowering it, pushing forward with it. Helps with the kind of get to work, motivating, moving forward and getting things done. So if you're, those of you that are looking to pack, this can help to encourage you to get on it and do that. Very motivating indeed. And you're so welcome, Kanta. And Paul, I hope you are well. Okay. So Steph, we got one for manifesting justice. I'm going to get to everyone's requests. I'm just going to bounce around a little bit. For manifesting justice, Sapphire is helpful, but I'm also going to bring in Aquamarine, which will also help the request that Patty and Key have. This is a great stone for both of you. It helps with the teeth and the gums. It helps with forgiveness, whether that's the I forgive you to give you another chance or the I forgive you so I can let you go and set myself free. Whichever the case, this is very helpful for both. Also wonderful for all the body fluids and good movement of fluids, good circulation, helpful for deflecting really petty behavior. I like to call it the anti-Karen stone, and it's wonderful for a may justice prevail kind of vibe. So this will help with both of those requests. So that is Aquamarine. There we go. Okay. Healing for Vic, healing body, mind, soul, spirit, emotions. Love it. So body, mind, soul, spirit, definitely a snowflake obsidian kind of thing. It's also wonderful for reorganizing those patterns and tendencies we have that really hold us back. It's wonderful for guilt, like especially really persistent guilt that is really stuck and we kind of hold ourselves back in light of it. Helps with serenity, hope, and peace, especially after a time of loss, but really any time. Helps with shadow healing and also with the mind-body-spirit balance. So we'll bring this in. It's also a great stone for clairaudience, which is our spiritual hearing, like hearing guidance. Patty, you mentioned sleep as well as energy, so I wanted to also bring in labradorite, which is very helpful for sleep. It also tends to calm disputes, especially amongst coworkers and colleagues, so hopefully, Grace, this can help you in your workspace until you transition to something better. And for research and study, detailed attention, like really fine details for those of you that are going to be reading leases or employment contracts or job descriptions, this is a good one. Also for clairvoyance, which is our spiritual sight, but definitely a helpful one for better sleep. So we'll bring in labradorite. Awesome. And Chris, for Evelyn, Archie, Noah, reunited with their mom. Gotcha. Rhodochrosite can help with the mom-baby connection. That's whether it's like a newborn situation or whether you're healing mother-child wounds, anything around those. Also wonderful for circulation and the heart, as well as telepathy and connection to your ancestors and even deceased pets. Helps with asthma and with stress headaches also. So that's rhodochrosite. Vic, definitely labradorite, helpful for the sleep. Violet integration, fertility, nightmares, and inner harmony. Snowflake Obsidian will help with inner harmony, but also blue apatite will. Blue apatite is one that can help with, in general, I would say, harmony, inner peace, for sure. This is also a stone, as funny as it sounds, blue apatite. It's very healing for issues around food and weight. So whether your goals are weight loss, weight gain, a healthier relationship with food, whatever that may look like to you specifically and personally, this can be very empowering and supportive and deeply healing. Also helps with learning your soul's purpose and having the courage to act upon it, and strengthening the auric field, which is super helpful if you're somebody who tends to take on the energy of others or feel really drained after you're around lots of people. Strengthening your energy field can help you to do that a little bit less. So let's go ahead and bring that in. For fertility, unakite is one of the stones that's very, very helpful. This is a stone of good relationships, women's health at all stages of life, including prenatal, postpartum, fertility, menopause, all of the different things. Also great for heart and circulation, movement of body fluids, which was definitely a request of Patty's, and helpful for metabolism as well, which is so connected to hormones. It's also a wonderful stone if you have an intention around quitting smoking. Really good for all addictions, but particularly smoking. And for nightmares and things like that, this is iolite. Iolite is another stone that can help with weight loss if that's an intention you have, as well as fever. But this is one that helps with sleep in a big way, as well as intuitive stuff and spiritual stuff around sleep. If you find it hard to ground enough to sleep, or if you're having a lot of nightmares or something, iolite is one that can be really balancing on your intuition. So like, it helps with balancing intuition and your physical body to a good extent. So I hope that that helps. Oh, thank you, Vic. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I hope you find a really good home and you're all good too. I know that's been a priority you've been working on for a while. Hey, Goddess of 4. Shungite, Angelite, Selenite. Lyme disease, nerve pain, allergies, more energy. And like I said, I'll get to everyone's requests. I'm just going to kind of bounce around. Let's go ahead and do some aventurine. This is one of the stones that's great for allergies, along with rhodonite too. This is great for allergies. Also for heart rhythms and expanding your vision of your potential. So for those of us that are transitioning, this helps kind of like lift you up and say, wait, you can get more. You can reach higher. Like, don't sell yourself short kind of stone. Great for eye problems, also for fertility. So it'll very much support violent integrations and tensions, and for encouraging us to do things we think we might not be able to, like learning new things. Or I often feel like this is a good stone for the tech phobic. If you're like, oh, I can't do that. That's not something I'm capable of. This is a stone that says, well, that might be true, but let's see. Let's find out. Let's support you and see what happens. So that's aventurine. For nerve pain, which was Goddess of 4, as well as Patty's request, and for me too. I've been dealing with a lot of nerve pain too. And this is pink tourmaline. It's great for neuralgia, as well as, oops, sorry, hang on. Sorry about that. Great for neuralgia, which is nerve pain, as well as migraines. But this is also one that's helpful for anything to do with hormones, regardless of gender, but especially women's health. Any kind of gynecologic issue, regardless of what kind specifically, from PCOS to endometriosis and everything in between, painful periods, etc. Helpful for muscle weakness as well, and releasing issues around like negative self-image. So we'll bring that in. So that's pink tourmaline. For Lyme disease, which is bacterial, we're going to bring in some moss agate. This is thought helpful for anything. This is a very important stone in Chinese medicine. This is one that helps with anything that's spreading through the body very quickly, or as they would say in Chinese medicine, has wind. It's like moving quick. So that's infections of all kinds. Also great with connection to nature, releasing fear of the unknown, which can help so many of us that don't know what the next couple of weeks are going to look like or turn out as. Helpful for healing the inner child, connecting with the higher self, and also with unconditional love, and in general, just being connected to spirit. It helps us to have that connection with nature that can be so restorative and renewing too. Shungite helps us to release stress and to deeply clear our energy field. Helps with emotional pain and energy blockages, and for physical healing, any kind of injury, any kind of tissue repair. Hey, Catherine, welcome in. Also great for just clearing the energy field, like I said, and for if you're somebody who's sensitive to electromagnetic fields, this is a very helpful stone. So that is shungite. And angelite is actually very closely related to celestite. And as the name would suggest, very much connected to the angels. This helps with our connection to the angels as well as our spirit guides. It provides a lot of high-level protection, and it helps you to feel connected to source. It's wonderful for helping with sound healing as well. So if any of you are receiving sound healing or have plans on it, this is a wonderful stone to have with you to help you kind of get the most out of it. So that is angelite. So we'll bring that in. Very much a crown chakra and a little bit the third eye. Okay. And let's see. Let's bring in some of Chris's requests. Let's do rose quartz, carnelian, garnet. Moonstone. Citrine. Pyrite. Okay, pyrite is one of the stones that can help us with financial abundance. It is fool's gold. So it's pyrite, naturally forms in these beautiful squares and rectangles. It's wild. It also helps to, it's thought to help the body make the most of a Reiki session, actually. It's very protective while at the same time helping you to open to intuition and experience those messages. It's wonderful for the lungs. So I did see Catherine's request really quick. Also for the brain and memory. And it's thought to help with the side effects of radiation treatment. So we will go ahead and bring that in. Bring on that abundance for all of us. There we go. Another stone for financial abundance is citrine. Your financial abundance corner in Western feng shui, because our society and culture is not built to feng shui standards at all. But in Western feng shui, walk into a room or your house, and once you're inside the doorway with the door to your back, look all the way at the opposite wall and all the way to the left corner. That will be your money manifestation corner, your prosperity corner. Great place for things like citrine or whatever you're doing to help call in that abundance. It also helps with balancing logic with intuition, which is very helpful. And for, where shall we place you? Let's start a new row. And for addictions and compulsions as well. So that's citrine. Carnelian is another one that it can also be helpful for fertility, for violet integration, and good for relationships of all kinds. So this will help Vic with housemate stuff too. Helps with definitely big time fertility, sexual function, manifesting a romantic partner, and just the way you have relationships and relate to other people in the world around you. Helps with also wound healing, cold, and allergies. So that's carnelian, very much related to the sacral chakra, which also encompasses creativity. This can help with creativity to a big extent. Let's go ahead and put that in. So that's carnelian. Garnet helps with organization, practicality, courage. This is a get your stuff organized, get bold, and get it done kind of stone. It's like a really well-balanced Capricorn type stone. There's a lot of overlap because this is definitely a January birthstone. It helps with finding balance and strength when things are changing as well. So there's a lot of us that can benefit from this stone right now. So we'll bring in garnet. There we go. Those of you around Philadelphia, there's quite a bit of garnet in the Wissahickon. Moonstone is helpful for connecting to the lunar cycles and all the rhythms and patterns of nature, as well as working with divine timing, which can be really helpful for a lot of us right now. Connection to divine wisdom, sacred knowledge, as well as travel protection, intuition, attracting a soulmate partnership, and for anything that you would think of as being connected to like the High Priestess and the Tarot deck, definitely Moonstone. It's a very mystical stone. Helps us as we move through life to feel more connected to the world around us and the environment around us. It can be grounding in that way, but also very inspiring with the connection to spirit. And rose quartz, wonderfully loving, supportive energy. This can help support us with such a really consistent, loving energy that it makes it a lot easier to let go of those things that maybe aren't in our best, highest good, and make more room for more unconditional love. If we're afraid to let things go because we're afraid what's going to jump in is going to be that much worse, rose quartz is a good one to remind you, like, hey, there's good energies and opportunities around, like, make some more room for it. It works really well with malachite in that regard. So we'll put that there. And good to have you here. So good to see you, Chris. A crystal for calming dogs. There's a couple. Dumortierite can be really helpful for calming nervous dogs. And by the way, speaking of moving and all these things, Jennifer Vatsa has a moving sale in her shop right now. If you Google Belladonna Botanicals, you'll find it. And dumortierite is a stone that she gifted us. So in addition to helping nervous dogs, this is one to help us to stand up for ourselves. It's wonderful for things like pent-up anger, as well as patience, including patience in yourself. It helps with ligaments and tendons as far as healing, and can help improve situations that feel hopeless, especially when we feel like things are hopeless. But yeah, very good for Uranus type energy, so very chaotic type energy. So let's go ahead and bring dumortierite here and here. So dumortierite, and thank you. You're welcome, Chris. Yes, and don't forget to like the stream. Thank you so much for mentioning that. And let's keep popping around. Hey, Fiad Luna, good to see you. Okay, cool. We can definitely support that. So there are a few of you in here right now that have your own YouTube channels. Feel free to like mention them. I know the chat doesn't do like links. I kind of have that blocked because of the kinds of links that trolls would put in here for all of our protection. But Fiat Luna, Jennifer Vatsa, and Kanta, feel free to like share about your YouTube channels. Anyone else that has a YouTube channel, feel free to talk about it and hear the name of it, anything like that, because Fiat Luna studied Reiki with me and has a Reiki channel, and it's amazing. Jennifer Vatsa studied with me, does Reiki and lots of other cool stuff on her channel, so it'd be wonderful. So let's see. Jenny, for pregnancy and growing babies for your sister-in-law, heart rate, cardiac, leaving past behind and feeling new with this new moon, self-confidence, clarity of thought. Clarity of thought, definitely Bumblebee Jasper, and we're going to do rutilated quartz. Actually, Chris requested this and I forgot it. So this is quartz that has rutils going through it. They can be kind of gold or coppery or look like silvery, but essentially, and this one actually has a little bit of pyrite in it too, which is just like extra fun. Rutilated quartz is thought to help focus the mind as well as send healing, any kind of healing that you're getting, whether it's modern techniques, older techniques, energy techniques, whatever it is, it's thought to help focus the energy where it's most needed and most beneficial. It's also helpful for bringing energy up, especially when we're really depleted or run down. So we'll bring this in, but yeah, it's great for mental focus and clarity. So we'll bring that in. And feeling new with this new moon is definitely a moonstone one. Moonstone is a great stone to work with any kind of lunar cycle or any kind of moon magic or anything like that. It's a wonderfully supportive stone. Pregnancy and growing babies, definitely Unakite. So we have that here. Heart health, cardiac, leaving the past behind. So leaving the past behind, malachite, and also supporting is rose quartz. And cardiac, we have in a couple of different ways for cardiac. We have aventurine, we have rhodochrosite, we have unakite, and we have aquamarine, which can help with circulation in general. So all of those will help. So all the best to you. I hope you and your aunt are doing well and all of your family are doing well. So keep us posted on a twin watch. Harmony with current housemate, definitely carnelian and Herkimer diamond, which happen to both be there. Those will really help, as well as honey calcite. Mom's knees and emotions. Let's go ahead and dive into that. And I know Patty also had a request for joints. Our favorite stone for joints is white howlite. Along with dumortierite, this is one that can be very helpful for things like anger, resentment, frustration, and definitely times of transition can bring that up. I mean, lots of things can bring that up. This is excellent for the bones and the joints, whether it's somebody who gets chronic dislocations or just has one now, or any kind of orthopedic health. I have issues with bone integrity, calcium absorption, osteopenia, and this is also thought helpful for, but it's thought helpful for all of those things, but also just in general, like everything from fractures to joint pain. So we'll bring this in. It's also great for stability, and I think we could all use a little stability right now. So much influx, so much changing. May it all change for the best. So there is some white howlite. Lots of requests around emotional well-being. Lepidolite is lithium mica. Yes, lithium, the mental health medication that was also used as far back as the ancient Greeks. Definitely do not use the temptation to like ingest this one. It has wildly different effects one person to the next. It's not one I would suggest using like that on your own. However, as one to carry around in your pocket, in addition to all the other things you do for your emotional well-being, it's superb. Sometimes it comes out as this lithium mica, as you see it, like it would sheet off if I kind of like let it. It sometimes is more solid and it'll just look like a purple kind of stone. It's wonderful for soothing, calming, and understanding the emotions, as well as bringing patterns and beliefs, habits, and things to light so that you can examine them and see if they really are true, if they're really helpful, and kind of readjust. Also wonderful for discerning whether one should stay or go, which I believe may support Paul. So we'll bring in lepidolite. And okay, so Christina, I saw your request. Stones remove blockages to success. I love that. Inspire emotional well-being and harmony. Definitely lepidolite. We're also going to bring in for the emotional well-being and stuff. Let's bring in some septarian. This can be really helpful for emotional well-being. Again, with the underlying thoughts, patterns, beliefs, so that we can reevaluate them and maybe adjust accordingly. This helps also with any kind of deep emotional work, anything that requires us to be vulnerable or go to the really tender spots within ourselves as we do some deep healing and even traumatic type stuff healing. Also helps on a physical level with wound healing, especially like deep lesions, skin wounds, and really resistant to heal types of things, as well as muscle pain and muscle spasms. I've been struggling with that too. Helps with the solar plexus and in general just understanding our emotions. So that is septarian. And for removing blockages, shungite, blockages to success. Definitely sunstone, shungite definitely helps for that. So good to see you, Christina, and all the best for you. Yeah, the alignment is always spot on with everyone. Yeah, you can't do links in the description. It's because you can type out part of it and then comment again with the rest of it, or whatever it is, space com might help. Reason being is just we would have bots in here putting links to unhelpful things, potentially illicit things. Yeah, we know, we all get the emails, we all get the spam, we know it's in there. Awesome. So I hope that helps. Healing of the skin, definitely emerald, which is in here, and septarian, as well as shungite. Keys, stomach, absolutely. Thank you for all the well wishes for me in the right home. Absolutely. Can't wait. I'm going to do some energy work around it again tonight. I'll send energy out to the best places for me, and hopefully when I walk in, I'll know it when I feel it. It helped me find my last space for my business, the one that was in Old City. I walked in and it was like, I'm smelling frankincense. Was this a church? And the realtor laughed at me. He's like, I don't think so. And I look to my right and I see a plaque that belonged to like the priest association of a church that was a couple blocks away. And I'm like, I think this is a sign. Definitely was. So this is Dalmatian jasper. This can be wonderful for stomach and digestion. So Key, I hope this helps. It's great for whether it's IBS, Crohn's, if you've eaten something that doesn't agree with you. I work with this if I accidentally ingest like gluten or something that I have a mild allergy to. Because if I have a lot of things I'm majorly allergic to. That is anaphylaxis. That's a hospital trip and maybe some like this later. Thankfully, that hasn't happened in like 15 years. Let's keep it that way. Good intentions around that. But anything around digestive issues. Dalmatian jasper is black tourmaline going through jasper. And black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy. This is thought to help break up energy in our auric field. And it's also thought to, in a way, like break up that negative energy even in our digestive tract, which supports our physical healing. Also great for like breaking up that sense of cynicism that we might get to, like jaded feelings, as well as opening up space for cooperation. It's deeply energy clearing. Anything with black tourmaline tends to be. So, just throw that anywhere. Let's go ahead and put these here. But yeah, Dalmatian jasper. And there we go. And there we go. Okay. For finding things in alignment with what you want to do in your life, we've got a really good array for that. So, Chrysocolla, very helpful for moving in alignment with our soul's purpose, making decisions in alignment with it too. Also, blue apatite. Those are really good ones for it, as well as for manifestation in general, bumblebee jasper. But let's also bring in some Larimer. Spiritual purpose with confidence, helping you to see that it's okay to feel like you're going to be a pioneer, because that's what it is when you walk your spiritual purpose. It's a not a well-worn path. It's a path for you. So it is going to feel very different. So this can be very supportive in giving you that courage and inspiration to continue that walk. So that's Larimer. And I'm also going to bring in the aragonite and Caribbean blue calcite, because I feel like that was really helpful last time. This is two different types of calcite together, and I feel like this complements a lot of the requests tonight, including mine. This is the blue in here, the Caribbean blue calcite, helps with the soul star chakra, which is above the crown. That's like our spiritual North Star. That's our highest spiritual potential of what could be. And so connecting with that will help inspire us and feel like we know who we need to shake hands with or meet, or the place we need to go, or what we need to do. It's that inspiration and that intuition and knowledge of how to move forward. The brown, the aragonite, works with the Earth Star chakra. That's beneath the root. That very much helps with taking all of what's potential and making it actionable and moving forward and saying like, okay, I'm good with this. I have that inspiration and I feel like I can follow through with it and walk the walk in a sense. So it can help balance all of the energy field as well. So let's put these in here. So Caribbean blue calcite and aragonite together. And so I hope that helps. The alignment is super strong. Like I feel like we're all manifesting our next steps, and it's just beautiful. And next was Kanta. Intention, finding a gentle way back into publishing again after a long sabbatical to do self-care and regroup. Good juju for writing and rebuilding your website and YouTube. And I think that, was it Christine? No, Catherine. You had something similar. Something for manifesting a publisher for your novels. We've got a lot of good manifestation stones. Let's do some good writing stones. Carnelian helps with creativity. Blue Tiger Eye helps with not only easing stress, it's a very powerful stone of expression, particularly writing, speaking your truth, speaking the truth as well. Sometimes there's a difference between our truth and the truth. Sometimes saying something is our truth means that we really do feel it inside. Other times it's sort of like a spiritual bypass, and it's like okay, well, that's just not my truth. It's like, well, but is it the collective truth? Like gravity. Oh, well, that's not my truth. Well, gravity doesn't care if that's your truth. If you jump up in the air, you're going to come back down. This is one that helps with facts over feelings, being matter of fact, especially when people don't want to hear it. It's a very big, like, truth teller stone and like whistleblower stone. But public speaking, writing, courage to speak your truth, and for bold communication, but also great for like stress relief too, and kind of being calm in those times. So let's go ahead and see where we can place this one. Let's put one here and here. Yeah, Blue Tiger Eye is very much like Golden Tiger Eye and Red Tiger Eye, but just deep blue. Also goes by the name Hawk Eye. So there we go. And let's see what else. Paul, individuation from family and completing karma. Gotcha. A good one for that is Lemurian quartz, especially this blue mist Lemurian quartz. This helps with healing the past, especially early this life, like childhood, but overall can really help with even past life healing. And that can help with karmic resolution in a really powerful way, whether or not we remember our past lives or know how it's linked with the elements of this life. It helps with very much the spiritual connection to what we're healing, to learn about ourselves through the healing process, which is deeply empowering, and really just the self-healing journey in general. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring this in. So let's go ahead and do this here. So that is Lemurian quartz. I feel like they want to point inward today. They don't always. So all the best to you, Paul. Good to see you again. And so that will help there. Intention for stronger energetic boundaries and detachment. And I think that Patty also had a request around like energy boundaries. Blue apatite, very helpful for strengthening our auric field, but let's also do for boundaries, let's bring in some yellow calcite. This is our sense of self, our solar plexus, what's important to us, what motivates us to move forward, prioritizing our wants, needs, and desires in this life. It helps with releasing the need for approval of others and releasing comparison to others. Helps with self-identity and blockages of the solar plexus, and great for just empowering boundaries, whether they're physical, spiritual, emotional, all of the above. Also great for confidence and self-esteem, optimism in general. So we'll put that around. So that can be very helpful, whether it's spiritual or mundane. Yellow calcite's very helpful for it. And red tiger eye is great for boundaries as well, especially on the really intense kind of side of things, like spiritual protection and protection from things like psychic attack, malevolent spiritual work, but even on the mundane level, bullying, picking on, gaslighting, triangulating, all of that kind of like nasty types of stuff that can happen in really toxic environments. This can be helpful. It's also wonderful for calling on financial abundance in a hurry. So let's bring that in. And for those of us here who could use that, let's bring it in. So there we go. There we go. Okay. And definitely for energetic boundaries, shungite is helpful for kind of clearing, as is Dalmatian jasper, but blue apatite helps to like strengthen our auric field. So all the best to you, Fiat Luna. Glad that you're here. Oh, thanks, Vic. I think my business location is on the website. If not, I'll put it up in a way that's more accessible for everybody. My office location in Fairmount. I'll figure out a good place to put that for all of you, but thank you. Appreciate that. And honestly, just good thoughts in my direction is super helpful. Safe travels, asthma from smoke again, and patience. Okay, so patience, definitely dumortierite. Asthma, rhodochrosite, aventurine, rhodonite. Also, emerald, which is in there too, helps with everything related to breathing. So rhodonite helps with the lungs and breathing and asthma, as well as autoimmune, allergies, all that stuff. So stuff that Patty had requested help with. Also thought of as like the breakup stone, the divorce stone, helps with healing a broken heart, so you can open your heart to love again. But that also applies to the grief of a lost partner or someone passing. Helps too with anyone who's working through the healing around past emotional abuse and balancing yin and yang in the body. It's great for insecurities too. So if you struggle with insecurities, rhodonite can be very helpful. Now, the specimens that I have here look pretty similar, rhodonite and rhodochrosite. Rhodonite is usually a little darker and it's usually mixed with black, where rhodochrosite is a little lighter and mixed with white. Some specimens of rhodonite are more black than pink. Kind of depends on the piece that you have. So safe travels is very much a moonstone for sure. Cool. Okay, awesome. So we've got you all covered. We've got the calming dogs done. We got red tiger eye, amazonite, fuchsite. Fuchsite helps with encouraging play and fun and just letting go and just being in your joy for a little bit. Super helpful, super rebalancing, super regenerative and restorative. Also helps carpal tunnel as well as spinal alignment and sleep issues. So that's fuchsite. Let's put that here. And amazonite helps the spinal nerves as well as the spine itself. I can always use support with that. And helps with self-respect and encouraging self-care, especially for folks who tend to prioritize everyone else above themselves. So that is amazonite. I often, like, if someone asks me for a good idea for something for a nurse, it's like amazonite every time. Every time. But anyone who's got that kind of caregiver vibe where they put others before themselves and they're sort of naturally selfless, this can help with balancing that so that there's not so much a tendency to burn out. Okay, cool. I think we're all there. Everyone, thank you so much for inspiring this really beautiful grid and a very powerful grid. Oh, crazy lace for Dell. Good call. So here I'm still working with this stone, and until I really get a chance to like hang out with the stone for a while, it's hard for me to really connect with my interpretation of the stones. So here I'm relying on Cassandra Eason's The Crystal Handbook. And Crazy Lace Agate is wonderful for a number of things. I'm just gonna, oh goodness, didn't mean to throw it there. Let me tidy that up first. Little bit of a butterfingers this evening, that's okay. And then this will be our last stone, and then we'll get into the healing. Ooh, there's our, there we go. Okay. Ooh. So Crazy Lace Agate, which has a bunch of different types of agate in it, including blue lace in this particular specimen. Here, Cassandra Eason writes, sorry, I'm going to have to put this down for just a moment so I can read. Very much connected with spider medicine, also good for spider healing, spider phobias, spider bites, and anything with like the web of life, that kind of stuff, and the web of fate. It's good for helping protect you from negative energy, but also seeing past worlds and past timelines and things like that. Helpful for uniting an office where people sit in their own areas and do not communicate directly. It helps to harmonize that. Also helps to just encourage people to work together better, and kind of including like at a party, like connecting and enjoying that time and space together. And let's see what Philip Permut has to say in The Crystal Healer, Volume 2, because I believe that's where it was. Oh, no, it's not in this one. It's The Crystal Healer, Volume 1 by Philip Permut. He mentions courage, self-esteem, vitality, confidence, good for the heart, skin, speech, and eyesight, helps fear, and he associates it with the heart chakra as well as astrological signs of Capricorn, Gemini, and Aquarius. So I love both of these authors, Cassandra Eason as well as Philip Permut. So awesome. So let's go ahead, and if you wouldn't mind helping to help lift the energy of the grid and the space that you're in, the space that I'm in, and that we're sharing, go on ahead into the chat and click that like button if you don't mind, and go ahead and type out anything that you're grateful for, anything at all. If you're a little nervous to be in a public space, that's okay. Just think about all the things that you're grateful for. If you're watching this in the future, just think about all the things that you're grateful for, or put them in the comments, whichever feels better for you. Anything that you're comfortable sharing in such a big public format that you're grateful for, big or small, it's a great way to lift your energy and the energy that we share. I'm going to quickly describe what Reiki is, a little of how it works, and then we're going to get into the session. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I've been teaching Usui Reiki for about 15 years. If you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification courses, if you want to schedule a one-on-one healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my crystal collection, head over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com, or check the links in the description. You can also sign up for my email newsletter or find me on my socials there. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become like a catch-all term for energy healing. To be specific, I work with Usui Reiki. which is one practice of working with this energy that was created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan, at a time when teaching anything that could even remotely look like you were teaching religion was strictly forbidden. So this was a very spiritual practice, yet completely secular. And I feel like that's a big part of why we resonate with it so much in the West. So the concept at the very heart and soul of Usui Reiki is just what is Reiki and what is the energy. For that, we can look to Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan and very much flavors their culture to this day and their worldview to this day. And essentially, that is that everyone and everything is interconnected and inextricably linked. And that spirit, in this case, however you would define it, sort of brings in that life-sustaining, that like animating life force through that interconnectedness, and that our mind, body, and spirit, whether we're aware of it or not, are always connected to that energy and are always adjusting and helping us to heal and be resilient on all of those levels, one moment to the next, even when we aren't aware of it culturally or in the moment. The term Reiki means spiritually guided soul energy. So that's how it actually reflects everything. So today, what I'll be doing is using Usui's techniques to connect to that energy source that's already connected to all of us. And I'll be using those techniques to direct more of that energy to all of you, wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. More on that in a moment. And it'll support your body, mind, and spirit to do what they're already doing so well, even better. So during the session, physically, you might feel some sensations. You might have some emotions come up or be released. You may also, on a sort of a mental level, you may hear your subconscious or just be able to kind of logic some things out that you've been struggling with. Spiritually, you may get some deep intuitions or synchronicities or a big moment of clarity or just a big intuition or a sense of connectedness. And you may also just have a really lovely nap. And that's really healing in its own way. More than likely, your individual session will be the perfect balance of all of those together. So go ahead and just find a nice comfy spot for yourself and get as cozy as you can. Sitting up, laying down, there's no wrong way to enjoy a Reiki session. You can close your eyes and just be, or if you feel you want to like bring this into another part of your day or another practice, you can journal, make music, make art, do some stretching, do whatever feels right for you in this time and enjoy. I will send this healing to you for 25 minutes, during which time I will turn the lights down. You'll notice them moving from one color to the next. At no point will the lights flash or strobe. And I'll turn up the music. So if you want to learn more about our musical creator, it's linked at the bottom of the description. You can check out her YouTube channel as well as her website. And so back to what I mentioned about the whole whenever you find this. The cool thing about Reiki is that it is flowing through everything and everyone everywhere, and it is not bound by the same dimensional restrictions that we are. We can only be in one place at one time. Not the case for Reiki. So whenever you happen to be finding this video, the healing will be there for you. And for those of you who are here live, if you ever are like, wow, I could really use a Reiki session and Danielle's not live right now, no big deal. Go ahead over to our past healing live stream playlist, grab any past healing and enjoy it. Pick it by the picture of the grid on the front and it'll always be the right one. You can skip ahead to the healing if you want, or enjoy the hanging out in the crystals in the beginning if you so choose. And I'm here live 5 times a week, same days, same times, every week. So you can go ahead and pencil in some healing for yourself or whatever your schedule looks like. So at the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come in. I'll encourage you to take a deep breath in and out, come back to your body, wiggle your fingers and toes, and at that point, I'll re-engage with chat and I'll ask you to share anything you feel like you want to, or ask any questions you'd like an answer to. If you think of questions later, feel free to use the comments to reach out to me through my website if it's something more personal, and I'll be doing my best to help you. So thank you again so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to share this healing with you all the time. And I deeply appreciate all the love and support that you show, not only me, but each other. It really is just life affirming. So thank you for being here, and let's get into the session. Ta-da. Ooh, pretty. Pretty, 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 everybody. Oh, I love it. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, so everyone go ahead, get nice and comfy. Oh, you have a request for your dog Rocco's healing? Okay. Let's bring in some leopard skin jasper in addition to this crazy lace agate. Let's put this. Where shall we place you? Oh, geez. I am like Captain Butterfingers tonight. What is up with that? Okay. All right there. So we'll put that there. We'll put this here. Cool. And leopard skin jasper helps us with our connection to our animals, helps with animal healing, connection to our animal guides, also helps anything impacting the skin, and is wonderful for coordination and balance. So that is leopard skin jasper. So we will bring these in right here. So for everybody's little furry babies, including my little furry babies, that I'm sure will jump up into my lap the second the Reiki starts flowing. Enjoy your sessions. I will see you all in 25 minutes. I invite you to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body and to the room that you're in. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure always to share this healing with all of you. And I hope that all of us that are working on our next level up absolutely find that abundance and opportunity and the support to take advantage of all of it. If you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and pop it in the chat. Martha popped in while we were in there. I hope you're doing well, Martha. Yeah, I'm a little bit woozy too. That was intense. Hey, Heart! So much love to you. And Heart, let me know if you want to schedule for Thursday. Appreciation to you too, Kanta. Keep us posted about your YouTube channel. I am doing okay, thank you. I'm actually going to be touring an apartment tomorrow. Very happily. That'll be the first time I've actually been able to view one. That's how wild it's been to look. Yep, me and the singing cats. Thank you, Martha. Yeah, I'm looking at a place, believe it or not, like right around, like maybe a block or two away from where I live now, which I'm fine with. And I've been in talks with someone about a couple places in South Philly, which I'd also be excited about. So hopefully it all works out. Just universe, good place. Just a good place. It's all I'm asking for. Well said, Patty. Yeah. And I am pre-recording some healings, like some Reiki healings, Reiki and crystal healings, so that in the transition as I move, there's probably going to be a disconnect with internet and stuff like that. There's probably going to be at least one stream that I miss. So I'm pre-recording some crystal grid and healing stuff so that I can set it as a premiere. So it's more or less like live, but I'm in the chat with you rather than hosting. And I hope that will be like a nice placeholder so we can all keep on our good schedules for healing and self-care. Thank you. Thank you, Patty. I appreciate that and appreciate you. Yeah, I'm excited about it too. And I'm finding lots of homes for things that I just don't need anymore. Pieces of furniture, books, all kinds of things. and I'm about to do the big crystal sale soon, and I'm about to load shipping to Canada, and pretty soon I'll expand beyond that, but I'll do at least to Canada before the move. Awesome. Well, everyone, abundance of love and gratitude to all of you. May all of us find our way and be fully supported as we go. But I'm going to go ahead and get ready to bring the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude for all of you. Thank you all so much for being here. And I will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m., Friday at both 4 and 8 p.m., and Sunday at 8 p.m., all times East Coast, U.S. Thank you, Heart. So everybody go ahead, have a beautiful rest of your day. Take care. I hope to see you again soon, and bye for now.